Okay, good evening, everyone. This GP here again, and I hope I am audible to everyone, and the video is also fine. Okay. In the this GP here again, and I hope I am audible. Okay, I think they should be fine now. Okay, so let me just share my screen, and then we can get started with this session. Okay. So guys and girls, can you please confirm if the PPT is visible? If it is, I'll get started. Otherwise, I'll have to reshare. Okay. Okay, so I'll wait for your confirmation. Yes, I think it is fine. Okay. Okay. And okay, yes, visible. Thank you, Aditi. Great. So let's get started with the session. And I'll quickly do a recap of what I usually do the first 5-10 minutes. Then we'll go quickly to the set. Okay. So a quick recap, and something that most of you are in any case aware of. So, but still, just for the sake of the record, I will complete that process. Okay. Which means there's a paper. If you look at CAT 25, this paper had 3 sections of 40 minutes each. The first section was English or verbal ability and reading comprehension, which is what it is called. The second one was DILR, and the third was mathematics or quantitative aptitude. And today we'll be looking at the middle section, or rather, this series looks at the middle section, which is DILR. And here we look at what is the fastest way, what is the Jugaad method, what is the not the conventional method, but what is the better method of solving the data sets of DILR. Okay, yeah. And if you look at DILR as a section, and if you look at the last few years from 2020 to 24, very quickly the number of questions in each of these sections in each of the years, in CAT 2020, it was 24 questions. Okay. It was 24 questions. 21, 22, 23, it was 20 questions each. And the CAT 24 was 24 questions, or 22 questions, sorry. Okay. Now, which converted into 72 marks in 2022. So this is in 2020. Okay, and 60 marks, 60 marks, 60 marks, and 66 marks. Okay, and the ground rule as far as CAT is concerned, in DILR section, if you get something like 50% marks, you will be somewhere between 97 to 99.5 percentile, depending on the degree of difficulty of the paper. And this is what you can see in each of these sections, in each of these 5 papers also. CAT 24, 66 marks, 50% will be 33 marks. So 33 marks would have got you 97 percentile. In CAT 23, 60 marks paper, so 30 marks would be about 99.3, 99.4 percentile. Again, if you look at CAT 22, 60 mark paper, 30 marks would be between 90 and 99 and 99.5 percentile. And same thing you could see for the other 2 years also. It's this, yes. Okay. So the range is very clear. You will easily get this much. So which means it is important to choose the right data sets to attempt, and within the data sets, choose the right question. Secondly, if you can do Jugaad and use the method that I'm recommending, you will end up saving a lot of time, which will allow you to do one extra set of questions, which means you might end up doing not getting 50%, but maybe 60 to 65% marks, which obviously means beyond 99.5 percentile. Okay. So what is Jugaad? Just to recap, it is a problem-solving approach. It is a way of solving data sets. It is not some shortcut or something. It is a very, very scientific, very, very logical way of solving data sets. It focuses on using all available information. The key word is all. Most students and most people who teach DILR don't use the all available information, and they treat it like a question of mathematics, which you have been doing in school and college. Okay, Jugaad focuses on solving the questions. That's the important part, and not focus. And it is not focused on filling up the table. Most of the time, the focus for the students and most of the faculty members is, let me fill up the table, then I'll answer the question. That is what most people do. To me, that's a stupid thing to do. This year, if you're doing this, you're wasting your time. The focus should be to pick up all possible information, not only from the data, but also from the questions. So here I'm looking at questions and the choices that give me information. And because I know what the question, the information is giving me, what information the questions are giving me, I'll end up picking up the information from there and focus on solving the questions. I will fill up the table to the extent it is required to mark the answer. Otherwise, my interest is not in filling up the table, but I am interested in only marking the answer to the question. So we have to be problem oriented, which means this is a question. How do I get to the answer is what I need to look at. Okay. Now, the strategy or the basic way of solving DILR is the same thing, DILR. So you start with D, which is D is the decipher part. So you decipher the information given in the data set. So your clues given, your paragraph given, your table given, whatever is given, understand it. So decipher it first of all. Next, you go to the questions and try to identify what is the information which is given there. Most of the people ignore this step, and from deciphering they go straight to, most people go straight from here to questions to solve or to make a table, whatever it is. This is the wrong approach. You should go after deciphering, identify the question. Once you identify what is the information given in the question, so this you have to identify the information. And I'm sorry. Okay. And then your job is to tabulate the data. Okay. Tabulate the data in line with the information given, in line with the question that you need to answer. And that is what layouting is. Okay. And then finally, you solve the question or you mark the answers. Okay. Mark the answers. So decipher, identify information from the question, do a logical tabulation or layouting, and then you mark the answer and resolve the issue for yourself. So that's a broad approach that we talk about. Yes, Avitesh, what is the question? You can type it here. I can see your question on the YouTube, so I'll pick it up from there. Okay. Okay. So I hope all of you have downloaded the data set that I'll be attempting today. And if you have not, please scan this particular QR code. This is OpenCat is an online program, or it's a platform rather. It's a free platform. OpenCat is a free platform where all my videos of Jugaad are available. Also, you have a complete CAT preparation available for free out here. So if you are preparing for on your own, please, my suggestion is please don't go all over the place looking for relevant material, because you will end up wasting a lot of time. If you are self-prep kind of a student, this is the place you go. Please scan this code, go to OpenCat, register and start using it. It is entirely free. And the session that I do, all these sessions are uploaded here. And for example, the first session, the video solution, the PDF of the question that has been used, and so on and so forth. For today's session also, if you have not downloaded the PDF, please download it from here. So the OpenCat is a place where you will get all my resources in a single place. Okay, great. So let's look at this particular data set from CAT 2019. Okay, longest story. Okay, let's read it and try to understand. Okay, what does it say? 10 players listed in the table below. So there are 10 players listed in the table below. A, B, C, D. Good that they are alphabet in alphabetical order. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Great. Okay. Participate in a shooting competition comprising of 10 rounds. Each round had 6 participants. Okay. So each round had only 6 participants. All 10 did not participate. Players numbers 1 to 6 participated in round 1, 2 to 7 in round 2. Okay. So 2 to 7 in round 2, that means 3 to 8 will be in round 3 and so on and so forth. Players 5 through 10 in round 5, 6 through 10 and 1 in round 6 and so on and so forth. Okay. So we understand what it is. In any round, there will be 6 players who will be participating and 4 will not be participating, and the pattern is given to us. The top 3 performances in each round are awarded 7, 3 and 1 points. Okay. There are no ties in any of the 10 rounds. The table below gives total number of points obtained by the 10 players after round 6 and round 10. So we don't have points throughout. We are told that after round 6, how many points are there for each of the players, and after round 10, how many points. So this also tells me that, for example, Amita, how many points has Amita scored in round 7 to 10? So if I say round 7 to 10, total points she scored is 18. 8 points have been scored in the first 6 rounds. So in the next 4 rounds, she has scored 10 points. Similarly, B has a total of 5 points in the first 6 rounds. Bala had 2 points. That means Bala has scored 3 points in the round 7 to 10. In which round, how many points, we don't know. Second thing, what is important out here is we have been told that the 3 top performances are given 7, 3, and 1 point. Some 7, 3, and 1 points. So when you look at numbers, you should be able to calculate. You should be able to make out that we need to look at these combinations. For example, Bala has scored 2 points in first 6 rounds. This can happen only if Bala has got 1 point in 2 rounds. What about Amita? Okay, the only points possible are 7, 3, and 1. So it could be 3, 3, 1, 1. It could be 7, 1. Okay, and similarly other combinations. So this data set is telling you you'll have to make cases. Make cases and then be able to fill up the table. That is what it's telling me first of all. Okay, great. Okay. Now that we understand this, what will we need to do? First of all, we need to make a table like this. And that is the most painful part of this set. इस set में सबसे बड़ी problem यही है, एक घटिया सा table बनाना होगा 10 by 10 का. It will be a painful thing, but it is required that you do this in this kind of thing. Okay. Now, if I have to solve it by the regular method, what would I do? I will copy this data. What is it? 8, 2, 3, 6, 3, 10. Let me just write it down. After making the table, I'll write 8, 2, 3, 6, 3, 10. A, B, C, D, E, F. 17, 1, 2, 14. Okay. 17, 1, 2, and 14. Okay. And then I will say these are the points which have been secured for the first 6 rounds. Similarly, if after 10 rounds, what are the points? 18, 5, 6, 6, 10, 10. 18, 5, 6, 6, 10, 10. Okay. 17, 4, 17, 17. So 17, 4, 17, and 17. Then what will I do? I'll start going to the data which says in round 1, who all played? Players 1 to 6 participate in round 1. So in round 1, players 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, F तक किया. These players did not participate in round 1. Round 2, 2 to 7 would have participated. That means these 4 players would not participate in round 2. Round 3, similarly. Round 4. Round 5. Okay. And round 6. Okay, let me just complete this. So let's look at the regular solution first. Yeah, this is what we'll say. Then we'll start saying, okay, since A has scored points only in 2 rounds, 1 has got 8 points, the only way this can happen is 1 and 7. So this will be 1 or 7, and this will be 7 or 1. And then I'll start making cases for all of them. Okay. Now this is the regular approach. Okay. So similarly, if you look at J, J has 14 points, and the points that J can get can be 7, 3, or 1. The only way J will get 14 points in 2 rounds is 7 plus 7. So our job then becomes, okay, so if these 2 are 7, that means this 7 is ruled out, and that means 7 has to be here, and this one has to be 1. So I will start making cases and start filling up the table. Once I fill up the table, then I'll go to the question. Okay, nothing wrong with it, at least, except that it takes time. Yes, I'll also look at these particular statements. There's no doubt about it. Okay. So when you're looking at DILR, the regular way would be just note down the data, start making the table, start filling up the table. Once you fill up the table, then you go to the questions. Okay. What is the Jugaad approach? Jugaad approach is slightly different. Okay. Oh, okay. That's okay. Let's look at this one. Okay. I just okay. Chalo, theek hai. मैं करता हूँ इससे. Okay. So let's look at now doing the Jugaad solution. Okay. Jugaad solution, what will we do? We have the information given with us. Okay. What is the information given with us? We understand that the points given are 7, 3, 1, and in any round, 6 players will play. And in round 1, 1 to 6, round 2, 2 to 7, and so on forward. So let's do that first. Okay. Round 1, okay, we have 1 to 6 and 2 to 7. Okay. And then we have this specific information of the points also. Okay. But before I do anything else, before I do anything else, what I want to do is I also want to look at the questions. Okay. So let's look at the question. What are we supposed to do? Question 1 says, what are C, D, and E scores after round 3? What were the scores of C, D, E after round 3? So what do I need to find? I need to find the scores of C, D, and E after round 3. So I need the summation of the scores of C, D, and E after round 3. And there's a question which is a good question because it has got numbers given, which means I can eliminate choices also if required. Okay, great. Question number 2. Which 3 players were in the last 3 rounds points, last 3 positions after round 4? So bottom 3 players after round 4. So I also need to find out after round 4 who are the players who have got the least score. Okay, so this is my second kind of a marker for myself. Okay. Third, which player scored points in the maximum number of rounds? Which player scored points in the maximum number of rounds? Okay. Okay. And last question, which player scored points in the last round? So which player scored points in the last round? So this is what I have with me. This is what I need to find out. Okay. Now, let me start putting the information in place. Okay. First thing is in round 1, who all played? A, B, C, D, E, F, which is players 1 to 6. These 4 did not play in round 1. As we were doing earlier, round 2, these 3, round 3, the 4 players who did not play, we have crossed them out. Round 4, round 5, okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Have I made a mistake? 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I have copied something wrong. Oh, yes. Yes, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we have made the first thing, which means who all played in which round. Now, please look at question number 2. Which 3 players win the last 3 positions after round 4? Please look at J. J will be at 0. J has not participated in any of the 4 rounds. So J should definitely be a part of my answer. Question 2, choice 1 and 2 are wrong because J is missing. So these cannot be my answer. Okay, so and it is also telling me I and I is common to both of them. So the only thing I need to find out is B or H, who is going to be the person who is among the bottom 3. Okay. I hope this is fine. Okay, so that's a good start for me. Okay. Can I do anything about any of the other questions? No, at present not. So let me look at the data, which means I'll start writing down the information again. Okay. So what are the points after round 6? 8, 2, 3, 6, 3. I'll just write it down. 2, 3, 6, 3, 10, 17, 1 to 14. Right? And then, now for, I'll not write down 18. What will I do? 18 minus 8, 10. I'll write down 10 points here. Why? Because these are the 10 points which are in round 7 to 10. That means till this place, okay, the points, this is points till round 6. And these are points in the round 7 to 10. So as far as I'm concerned, these are points in round 7 to 10. And these are the points in rounds 1 to 6. Okay. So this is what I have. Okay. Now, what is it? So 5 minus 2, 3. So this is 3, 3, 0, 7. 3, 3, 0, 7. So 3, 3, 0, 7. So we have done till here. Then 0, 0, 3. Again 0, 0, 3. Then 15 and 3. 15 and 3. Oh. What was it? 15 and 3, na? 17, yeah, 15 and 3. Okay. Okay. Chalo. Now let's start looking at the statements. Statement 1. Gordon did not score consecutively in any 2 rounds. Gordon did not score consecutively in any 2 rounds. Now Gordon has played in, and this is with respect to rounds 1 to 6. So with respect to rounds 1 to 6, Gordon did not score consecutively in any 2 rounds. So what does it mean? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gordon has got 17 points. If Gordon has got 17 points, the only way he can get is 7, 7, 3. That means 1 out of these 3 rounds, Gordon would have scored in 1, 2, and 3 rounds. Would have scored in round 2, 4, 6, and would not have scored anything in round 3 and round 5. Right? Okay. Now, where will what come? We'll come to that later. Statement 2 says E and F scored in both rounds. E and F scored in both scored in a round, sorry. E and F have scored together in a particular round. So let's look at that. But let me just start putting down the data. J is 14. The only way it can get 14 in 2 rounds is 7 each. Okay. Now Gordon can get 17 only as 7, 7, 3. That means this cannot be 2 out of these 3 are 7, 1 is 3. Okay. Obviously, this cannot be 7 in round 6 because in round 6, J has got a 7. That means this should be 3, 7, and 7. Okay. So this much we have done. Now, what was our focus? We need to remember that हमको तो बाला और H का पता करना है ना. Okay, let's look at B and H. B has got 2 points. So obviously 2 points means 1 plus 1. So at the end of round 4, B will be 2 points. And what will be H? H has got a total of 1 point. H का तो 1 ही होगा ना. So this is the answer. So this is what I mean by saying please focus on filling up these on answering the question and not filling up the table. Okay. So पहला answer निकल गया है. Okay. Now we need to look at the other 3 questions. The question 1 is scores of C, D, E after round 3. Okay. Scores of C, D, E after round 3. Okay. Chalo. And then we have which player scored in the last round. Now look at A. A has got 8 points. The only way A will get 8 points is 7 plus 1. So either A has got 8 points, so 1 in round 1 and round 6, it can be 1 plus 7 or 7 plus 1. But round 6 already has a 7 with J. So round 6 can only be 1 for A and 7 here. Okay. Okay. My interested CDE. Now, what does it mean? Now, please look at this. Please look at this, any of this CDE. Can C get 111? C has got 3. Can C get 111? No. Okay. C has to get 3 in one of them. Why C cannot get 111? Because C already has, B has got a 1 point in round 1 and round 2 each. So the only place where C can get the 1 is the third round. But that means that C will not get any points in 4, 5, 6. So the only thing is possible for C can get only 3 points. Unfortunately, all the 4 choices are telling me 3 already. So this does not help me. Koi baat nahi. Let's look at E and F, D and E. Okay. Okay. Let's look at E and F also. E and F both scored in a round. Now F has got 10 points. Okay. How can F get 10 points? F can get 10 points as 7 plus 3. Or 3 plus 7 as the case may be. Okay. Now please look at it. Round 6, 7 is already there. Round 5, there's a 7 already. Round 4, there's a 7. Round 3, 7 is missing. round 2 and round 1, all rounds from round 1 to 6 have a 7. The only round with which 7 is missing is round 3. So F would have got a 7 in round 3. Okay. F would have got a 7 in round 3. Okay. That means if F has scored in this particular round, that means E could also score here 3 points. Yeah. It could be 3 points, it could be 1 point, but something has to be scored here. Because it says E and F both scored in a round. Okay. चलो कोई बात नहीं, आगे चलते हैं. Okay, look at I. I has got 2 points now. That means 1 point in each. Okay, 1 point in each. That means as far as round 5 is concerned, 3 is missing. Okay. Round 4 we have placed 7 and 1, 3 is missing. Round 3 again we have placed a 7 and a 1 and 3 both are missing. Okay. Then we have round 2 again 1 is placed, 7 is placed, so 3 is missing. And round 1, 7 and 1 placed, 3 is missing. Okay. So what does it tell you? That means the marks or points of CD will be 3 or 0 or some multiple of 3. Okay. चलो कोई बात नहीं, अब चलते हैं आगे. Okay. Now let's look at H को 1 डालना है. Where will H put a 1? Where will you put a 1 for H? It cannot come in round 1 or 2. Can it come in round 3? Yes. Round 4, no. Round 4, not possible because round 4 already has a 1. Round 5, no. So H will get a 1 only out here. Okay. So this is the situation. Now that means we have to just fill up 3. Now C is already 3. We have already found out. What about D and E? Okay. What about D and E? Okay. Okay. So please look at D and E again. Can you put a, where can we put a 3 for C, D and E? Or where can we put the 3 which is missing for all the others? Okay. Now this is gone. This is gone. 3, 6, 3. Okay. Then we have 17 is done. 1 is done. 2 is done. 14 is done. Okay. So E and F both scored in the same round. Now can E get triple 1? No, because only 3s are missing. So the only place where E can get the 3s out here. So E has got 3 points, so 0. Okay. So C, D, E should get 3 points. Okay. E should get 3 points. What about D? What about C and D? Okay. Now let's look at 7, 3, 1 have been done for round 3. Now one of these should be 3, one of these should be 3. And 1, 2 and 3 out of these, 1 should be 3 or there's a 3 also required. Okay. So when you look at this part, we need to put a C will definitely be 3, which we already knew. So the only thing left is, should D be 3? D should be equal to 0 or 3 or 6. Okay. Now, can D be 0? No. Okay. Because at best D will get 1 3 here. So D will get only 1 3 here. So D will has to have a D has to get a 0.3 in one of these two. Just to repeat, D is getting 6.6 means 3 plus 3. So in one of these two, D will get 3. In this, he will get 3. So D will get 3 points maximum, or D will get 3 points exactly. So this is wrong. This is wrong. Correct answer 1. I don't need to find who's where. This is good enough for me. I've answered the questions. Okay. Now I am left with question numbers. Rituraj Singh Parmal. You'll have to look at the others also, na? Rituraj, I'll do this again in the end, but let's complete this part. Okay. And you need to tell me for which one are you saying. Okay. Chalo, आगे चलते हैं. Okay. Now the information for round 7 to 10. Only 2 players scored in 3 consecutive rounds. One of them was Chen. Okay. So Chen has scored in 3 consecutive rounds. As per the question, Chen has got 3 points in round 7 to 10. Remember question number 10, the last question? Okay. भविष्य ऋतुराज F के लिए इसलिए नहीं होगा because if you look at ones we have already put we have already placed sevens and ones, so where you don't have place for triple three one. I'll do that again in the end to explain it to you. But when you have already placed 7 7, then you don't have place for triple three one. Okay. Okay. Coming back to this question. Question number 4 was which player scored points in the last round? Chen has definitely scored in the last round. That means choice 2 is wrong because Chen is placed. Okay. Joshin scored in round 7 while Amita scored in round 10. So Amita is already there. Okay. So Joshin scored in round 7. 3. Now, how many points has Joshin got in round 7? We don't know. It could be 1. It could be. No, it will only be 3. Anyone who can tell me why it will be 3? Because the only way Joshin can get triple 3 is 1 1 1 or a single 3. Now these 3 ones are already occupied. So Joshin cannot get 3 ones. It will only get 3. Okay. Chalo. But our interest is the last round. Who are the people who have to play? Okay. Now, E. 7 points. E should be a part of my answer. C and E both have to be a part of my answer. Question number 4 done. Okay, question number 4 done because C and E both have to be a part of my answer. Now, what is the question left? Which player scored points in the maximum number of rounds? Okay. Now, please look at this one. What are the choices? Chen. Chen has got 7 and 1 8 points, 2 rounds. So, no, sorry, Chen. Sorry. Chen has scored 1 out here, only in 1 round out here. And Chen has scored 3. Is this okay? Chen has scored in 4 rounds in all. 1 round out of these 2, and then 2, 3, 4. Okay. Amita. Amita has scored in how many rounds? 1, 2, and there's a 10 here. And this will be 7, 3, 1. 7 plus 3, sorry. Why? Because no player has scored in 4 rounds. So it cannot be 7 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. It can only be 2 rounds. So Amita is also 2 plus 2, 4 rounds. What about Joshin? Joshin has got 2 plus. Joshin has scored in 1, 2, and 3 rounds. That means my answer should be IKEA. I have not solved it. I straight away can say. Why? Because these 2 cannot be the answer because both of them are 4. Joshin cannot be the answer because it is less than 4. The answer should be IKEA. But let's check. IKEA, how many rounds has IKEA scored in? Has scored 1, 2 rounds. And got 15 points. To get 15 points, you need minimum 3 points, 3 rounds. Na? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Joshin has to be the IKEA has to be the answer. That completes the set. Okay. Is that fine? Would you want me to just quickly repeat the basics again? But the important thing here was, again, please notice I have not filled up the table. I have not filled up the table. I have kept my focus on the question because once you keep your focus on the question, you will end up eliminating choices. And you'll be able to do the answers faster. So let me quickly do that again. So this time we'll move a little faster. A, B, C, D, F, 1. So quickly go through it for yourself while I do the process again. Okay, step one, fine with everyone. And just to highlight, what are we supposed to find out? We have to find out which player scored in round 10. We have to find out the points of C, D, and E in the first 3 rounds. We have to find out at the end of round 4 the bottom 3 players at the end of round 4. Okay, and we have to find out which player scored the points in maximum number of rounds. Okay. Quickly, we'll first jot down the data from this thing. 8, 2, 3, 6, 3, 10. 8, 2, 3, 6, 3, 10. 17, 1, 2, 14. Oh. Okay. Then we have 18. Okay, that is 10, 3, 3, 0, 7. 10, 3, 3, 0, 7. So we have a 10, 3, 3, 0, 7. 10, 3, 3, 0, 7. Then 0, 0. Yeah. So that will be 0, 0, 3, 0, 0, 3. 0, 0, 3, and then 15 and 3. And these are the points for rounds 7 to 10. And these are the points for round 1 to 6. Okay. And I'll just put a line out here also to be able to clearly demarcate 1 to 6 and the other thing. Okay. First thing we should do is look at this thing. Gordon did not score consecutively with respect to rounds 1 to 6. Gordon did not score consecutively any 2 rounds. So that means Gordon did not score in round 3 and 5, has scored in round 2, 4, 6. E and F both scored in the round. We'll leave that statement right now. Now, when we start looking at the question, the first thing is at the end of round 4, J was 0. At the end of round 4, J was 0. That means for question number 2, J has to be a part of my answer. That means choice 1 and 2 are wrong because J is missing. Okay. Now, J has got 14 points. The only way J will get 14 points is 7 plus 7. Okay. Now, H, okay. Now, with respect to question number 2, I is common to both of them, so I'm not bothered. Between B and H, B will get 2 points. B has got 2 points in all and played only in round 1 and 2. That means B has got 1 plus 1. So B has got 2 points. And other is H. H has got a total of 1 point. So H will be 1. That means the correct answer has to be choice 4. Okay. So one question solved. Now start putting other data in place. Okay. Now, A will be 7 plus 1, 8. A is equal to 7 plus 1, 8. Now, since round 6 already has a 7, A can put a 1 only in round 6 and will have to take the 7 in round 1. Now, what this also tells me, in round 6, we have got 3 missing. Okay. Round 1, again, 3 is missing. Round 2, we still need to find out. Okay. Now, let's look at the others. G has got 17 points. 17 will be 7, 7, and 3. Okay. 7, 7, and 3. G cannot get, G has scored in round 2, 4, and 6. Round 6 cannot be a 7. So round 6 will have to be 3. And round 2 and 4 will have to be 7. Right? Now, please look at how many 7s we have occupied. 1, 2, round 6, 5, 4, round 2, and round 1. Only in round 3 is a 7 missing. So 7 we can get only from F now. Only from F can we get a 7 because F is 10. So F will have to be 7 plus 3. No other player can give me a 7 for round number 3. So F has to be 7 plus 3. So if this is 7, what I'm left with is 3. Let me just erase the ones which are done. So this is done, this is done, 14 is done. Okay, this 17 is done. Okay. And statement 2 said E and F both scored in the round. Now, what is missing in each of these rounds is 3. It is only 3 points which are missing. No, sorry, in round 3, 1 is also missing at this point of time. Round 4, again, 1 and 3 are missing. Round 5, 1 and 3 are missing. Okay. So, how many ones missing? Ones are missing in round 3, 4, 5. So, let's look at where can we get a 1. Okay. 2. Okay. H and I will put a 1 somewhere out here. Yeah. The key thing here would be to ensure to check out whether C, D, E can be triple 1 or not, or can they be ones or not. Okay. But first of all, when you look at H, 1 can come here, here. Okay, so this is 0. Let me just put the ones which are complete. Let me put the 0 there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now I is 1 and 1. So in round 4 and 5 also 1 is taken care of. Yeah. 1 and 1. So H will get only a, this is, H cannot get, it will only be a 1. So this is 0, this is 0, this will have to be 1. So the only thing which is missing is 3 now. That means E will have to be 3 out here. Yeah. So E is 3. C, D, E, E has to be 3. C already seen all the 4 choices. And D, if you notice, D is going to be, this 1 will have to be 3. And so one of these 2 is 3 and one of these 2 is 3 for C and D respectively. So it is 3, 3, 3. And now when we move to the other side and focus on the last round. Okay. Look at the statements for rounds 7 through 10. Only 2 players scored in 3 consecutive rounds. One of them was Chen. Chen has got 3 points and scored in 3 consecutive rounds, so it has to be 1, 1, 1. Okay. And which means, as far as question 4 is concerned, answer cannot be choice 2 because Chen is missing. Okay. No other player scored in 2 consecutive. Only 2 players. One of them is Chen. Who's the other one? We'll find out. Statement 2, Joshin scored in round 7, Amita in round 10. Amita has scored in round 10. 10 will have to be 7 plus 3 because in round 8, 9, 10, point 1 is already taken care of. Okay. Okay. So it says Joshin scored in round 7 and Amita in round 10. So Amita in round 10 could be 7 or could be 3. We don't know. Okay. It could be either of the 3, either of the 2. And what about Joshin? Joshin has scored in round 7. Joshin has scored 3 points. It cannot be 1, 1, 1 because these 3 1 are already taken there. So 3 1s cannot be accommodated. And Joshin has scored in round 7. So it must be only 3 points in round 7. Okay. Similarly, if you look at E, E has scored 7 points in round 10. So round 10, we have got the answer. So, round 10, we have the answer for C, E. C we already had taken. E already also is here. So, the moment you have C and E both, the answer becomes this one. And the last question was in how many maximum, which player scored points in maximum number of rounds? Go person by person. C has scored in 1 round out here and 3 rounds here. So, C has scored in 4 rounds. Amita has scored in 1, 2 rounds, and this is 3 plus 7, 2 rounds, so 4 rounds. That means neither of them can be the answer, and the answer should be greater than 4 rounds. What about Joshin? Joshin has scored in 1, 2, and 3 rounds. That means Joshin cannot be the answer because my answer should be greater than 4. Correct answer is this. You can leave the set here and move on to the next one. Okay? So I hope this is clear. It's a little difficult set because and one of the most painful thing about the set is कि यार ये गंदा सा table बनाना पड़ता है, but can't be helped. Okay, so I hope this clears it for you. And yes, next week rather. Okay, next Thursday we will be having this 200-day strategy to CAD. This is what many of you have been asking for, so we thought we'll pick it up now. And the 22nd May we'll pick up the other thing which is called another session, another data set, and this data set will be sharing on the OpenCAD. So the data set which we'll be discussing will be shared out here in OpenCAD. So if you have not already subscribed, please do so. Okay. And then on 29th May, we will focus on something which many people have asked for again, which is should I retake or should I take admission in whichever college I've got and move on. Okay. We'll discuss that issue also. Okay. Okay. And I don't think there are any doubts because doubts तो साथ साथ निकलते जा रहे थे तो इसलिए छोड़ देते हैं उसको. And yes, in case you need to connect with me, these are my coordinates. gp@kailauncher.com. And yeah, and DILR 1000 in case you want to enroll, the details are given here. And DILR 1000 is by GP, me, Gautam Baba, and Ravi Teja. The three of us are running this program. So if you think you would want to learn from us, then you can look at joining this program. Okay, so that's it from my side. And since there are no further questions, I think we can close the session today. Okay, so that's it from my side. And we'll meet. Okay, there are a couple of questions. Let me see. Okay, there's a question which says, do you have a video on picking the right set? I think OpenCAD में तुम्हें मिल जाएगा, but let me check and confirm. Okay, I don't have it right now. I don't remember right now, though I have done quite a few videos on how to pick up the right data set, but I think it should be there. Second question from Ludra. Another question from Ludra. No update. QA1000 will it be? It will be a launch in next month. Neeraj is doing it for me, and Neeraj and I are doing it, so we'll pick it up at that point of time. Okay, so next month, don't worry, it will be there. Okay, ठीक है फिर. There are no more questions, so I'll stop here. Good night. See you next week.